views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Football with Rick and Jack, specifically NFL. Playoffs are here, baby!
Yep.
Money to be made, money to be made. 6 games, we'll get to them. We'll watch all the way. We're going to talk a little bit of NFL, but then, woo, some good games in here, some good games coming up. NFL wild card round, Saturday, Sunday. What you going to be doing? On your couch with your snacks and drinks, and don't stay too, far away from the restroom. I know that's the only time you're going to get up is to run over there. But, man, we got 3 games on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. Great teams. It's all coming together. It's been fun. It's been a fun year, I'm telling you. We're excited about playoffs, right?
Absolutely.
Mr. Jack, what do you think?
What's good for us out here on the West Coast is, we wake up early, run a few errands, and boom, football's ready.
Football, 10:15.
Oh,
it's great. It's great. I usually, work outside a lot, outside a lot in the backyard. And, when good ball games are on, I move the workouts inside, and I'm half working out and half watching the game. And, it's fun because I don't want to miss anything this time of year. And I want to stop for a moment, and if you will allow me to say a couple things. Number one, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for watching us. We really appreciate it. The viewership has gone way up. We're grateful for that. Continue to watch us, like us. Those likes really help. Sharing with your friends really help. And, joining and becoming a subscriber here at WWDBTV, being part of our audience is fantastic, and we thank you. And, our producer, Mr. John Stiles, who is the best in the business.
Producer extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire, as you call him. Mentioned to me the other day, he said something to me very, very, it just was perfect. What he said to me is, Rick, Jack, if people aren't watching this show, they're missing out because they're losing money. He said, I didn't used to be a gambler. I got on your wagon, and I'm making nothing but money every week. Speaking about not just knocking it dead, just knocking it out the park every week. My friend and co-host, Mr. Kamar Jack, known as Jack on our show, went 16 for 16 in the NFL. He hit every game. Now, if you parlayed that, if you bet each game individually, put a little bit of coin on it, you made a whole lot of money. I'm telling you, you made enough to get through the whole year. Seriously. For somebody, and go back and watch the show and verify it, because I want you to know I'm not speaking out of turn. The thing about my friend, he plays the money line. He does not play points. He plays winners, and that's fine. You gotta bet a little more to win. But Jack goes out and he bets straight up money line. I'm a numbers better. I play the odds, and I don't win as often as he does because I do play the odds. But it's all a money game with me. I have specific games that I know the teams are going to win, and that's where the money's made. Just like as I mentioned on our sports show. Oklahoma and Texas in those bowl games were not going to lose. It was easy money. You only needed those 2 bets. But anyways, I went 12-4, which looks as a simpleton compared to what you did. 12-4 this last week.
Don't downplay that. That's
not
a
bad.
Good week. That's a good week.
But I want to congratulate you on a 16-0. How do you do it?
I picked it by the colors.
Yeah, right. Believe me, this is well thought out. We talk about it.
I like that color. Okay.
Seriously, I don't like to talk about us too much. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about what you're making. I want to talk about what you're doing. And for people to say they don't bet on the NFL, they're lying. To give you a quick example, in the month of November, the casinos in Las Vegas took in $500,000 worth, million. $500 million worth of bets. What they won was $51.8 million. The casinos won $51.8 million.
51 or 500?
No, 51. The bets were $500 million. The casinos won $51 million. That's their take. On top of that $500 million that they took in, they already got that $500 million. They won another $51 million. It was the biggest take ever by the Vegas casinos on college and pro football, by the way. Those were only college and pro football bets. $500 million. They won $51 million. They won 10% on their money. Plus, they kept what they had. They didn't lose anything. They got the 500 plus the 51. Amazing. And my point here is, they're not getting it from us. They're not getting it from you. If you go through and watch every show, just to keep me on track, and that I'm not some guy making this up, we're way ahead of the game. Now, I had some lousy weeks and some great weeks. He was pretty consistent. I had some lousy weeks,
only
but
two.
Pretty consistent. It was a good year. A lot of fun things happened in the NFL. Kudos to them. They played a full schedule. They played every game, 17 weeks. There were no cancellations. One way or another, they played all the games. One way or another, with teams being shut down, they made it. And teams like Cleveland having their whole receiving staff out, teams having their offensive line out.
Speaking of Cleveland, breaking news this morning when I woke up was the coach for Cleveland. The head coach, he actually tested positive, so he might not be.
Stefanski.
He might not be coaching this weekend. So I think coaching matters. So
it does.
Think about that.
He'll be on the headset somewhere, talking to that sideline. Believe me, to that offensive coordinator. I don't think that's going to make a difference in the game. I really don't.
It does, though. But when it comes down to you need an experienced head coach for the clock management side of it.
Yeah.
Just those little things. That's where the difference between a head coach and just knowing and not knowing. Like the coach in Tennessee. He's very good at knowing the rules and what to do. So that's the difference between a good head coach and or not. So I'd rather him be there to give Cleveland a fighting chance to win.
Well, I think that the thing about the NFL, it's not like college like that. Offensive coordinator for Clemson wasn't there, and they went on and on during the game that it was really affected the team. I believe in pro football. There's a lot of talented people and several guys on the staff that could be coaches. A perfect example is if Andy Reid went down and he wasn't able to call the offense, I think Eric Bieniemy would pick up and do a great job. He's a great offensive coordinator, and he's going to get a job as a head coach this year. You can count on that. You can write that down. Eric Bieniemy will get a job as a head coach.
I don't believe
he will.
I don't believe he will. Same reason why.
You don't believe he will?
No, same reason why he was supposed to get one last year. What makes him any more qualified this year than he was last year? And last year he didn't get one. So whoop-de-doo, you're gonna offer him a head coaching job now? You should have offered to him last year, and then your team wouldn't need a head coach this year.
I'll tell you what. If he doesn't get a job this year, I'll do my show on my head. I'll do a handstand the whole show. After all the coaches are hired, because Eric Bieniemy will get a job. Eric Bieniemy will get a job.
I'm just sitting on a soapbox. That's all it is. I think he should have been.
I don't want to get into all that. Eric Bieniemy is talented.
He is. He should have got a job last year.
That was last year. This year he will get a job.
We'll see.
Anyways, talking about casualties in the NFL, there's a lot of jobs open.
Yes.
I mean,
so
look, I had to write them down. Doug Marrone gone, Jaguars, which is a proper firing. Anthony Lynn, San Diego, I don't agree with it.
You talking about L.A.?
Oh, San Diego.
I'm so used to it.
I even see him do it on the network when they're broadcasting games. I've seen him call Oakland Raiders. I've seen it on the network. So, a simpleton like me, in Vegas here, I said San Diego. That was the first time this year.
I did it twice.
Okay.
I did it twice.
L.A. Chargers.
He is human. He is human.
Yeah, barely. I guess Anthony Lynn went back to San Diego where his home is. But anyways, LA. I don't think he should have got let go.
Okay, I was gonna say. So what's your I felt like he was on the cusp of going in the right direction, and basically they just hit the reset button and bringing somebody new. Like, what was your feeling on that firing? Is it justified, or would you have given him at least another year?
Absolutely. And I'm about. These teams keep coaches for too long. But he's been there 4 years. He's 33 and 31 through a lot of problems, quarterback problems. Rivers just didn't buy into his program when he was there. He brings in Herbert. all of a sudden the big boy gets hurt, and Herbert's got to be pushed into the lineup the day of the game. So it's like the Chargers had a lot of injuries, but I think they're going in the right direction.
So here's the headline.
They had a lot of injuries. I believe the Chargers are on the right track, and whatever coach gets that team is going to be the beneficiary of a team that's on the rise. So Anthony Lynn, I don't believe he should have been fired.
No.
Shame on you, LA Chargers.
But
he did a good job for 4 years considering
the
his circumstances.
The headline should be, Coach of the Rookie of the Year gets fired.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Well, that does make sense. I mean, he ended up being the best rookie quarterback, right?
Yes, he is going to get Rookie of the Year.
You talk about not handling things well. Brian Flores in Miami, the head coach, we had this big discussion about Fitzmagic, as you call him, Fitzpatrick, Ryan Fitzpatrick being pulled for Tua. It was the biggest mistake of the year for Miami, and that's why they're not in the playoffs. You saw him the second to the last game of the year come in and save a game because Tua wasn't doing it. Tua was not the quarterback this year. I don't know if he'll ever be the quarterback. I don't think he's that great. I think that I don't think he's that great. Just like I look at some of these kids coming in, and I think they're going to be better than him. But Miami made a mistake. That coach, they ended up losing a lot of games at the end of the year. Okay, well, Brian Flores has changed the Miami culture, but he made a lot of mistakes. I'm sorry, he made a lot of mistakes. But anyways, Anthony Lynn, I thought he should have got another year. The Lions are looking, Atlanta's looking, Houston's looking.
Yep.
Adam Gase, of course, got fired. I thought maybe they would be merciful.
No.
They fired him, man. They fired him right after the game. They didn't wait till Monday like some of these teams.
For what?
He was gone.
Yeah.
The Jets continue to be inept. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to keep Sam Darnold. You look at some of these teams. I'm not a guy for memories. Yeah, Philadelphia won the Super Bowl a few years back. Yeah, their coach was getting a lot of pats on the back at that time. Doug Peterson. I believe the guy should be fired. He lost control of his team. The last game was despicable. The way they didn't even try to win, the things they did in that game was despicable. They should be fined, the Eagles, for the way they played against Washington and let them win that game and kept the Giants out of the playoffs. Despicable.
You know who kept the Giants out of the playoffs?
Yeah, the Giants.
The Giants. So let's not talk about how.
But they beat Dallas the last game to make it happen, baby.
So what? No. So
look at Dallas.
But they should have won all
losers.
season. It's not just that one game.
Mike McCarthy should be fired. He had no control of that team.
No,
I am a guy with the NFL.
His prolific quarterback also got injured. 5 games into the season? So, and look, Andy Dalton took over. And he got injured too. So the team was injury riddled throughout the season also. And guess what? Zeke didn't step up during that time too. So it's not just him.
They struggled early.
They struggled.
But that's coaching.
But give him a year and let's see. Give him another year and let's see when he has the quarterback inconsistency, and see what happens.
Let me ask you, what was he doing in Green Bay before they let him go? It became a mess. What happens? A new coach comes in and immediately they win the last 2 years. They had the same record 2 years in a row under a new coach. That's consistency. That's a coach that has the players buying in.
No,
that's a coach that has Aaron Rodgers buying in.
It's a fresh mindset. You have another coach, and after a while, the message becomes. I want to say they become complacent. It's just going through the motion.
And whose fault is that?
Is
it the player or the coach?
You're getting paid millions to do your job, so why does it have to come down to the coach? You have your, can we just go to work on a daily basis and just and then not be held accountable? No, as players they're held accountable to win, so they should be winning. It's not just on the coach, the players too. You're telling me you just I'm getting millions now, so I just stop playing?
Take the money out of it, because they are making millions. It's like any professional organization. The greatness starts at the top and it filters down to the staff. If you've got a great CEO and you got a great president and you got a great CFO and you got a great employee and you got great sales managers and you got great people in the warehouse, you're going to be the best company. It's no different in football or any sport. Greatness starts at the top, and that's why these organizations continue to lose, because the ownership is poor. The general manager is poor, down to the coach is poor. His assistants are poor because they're his friends that he's hired. And the players, I don't care. I've been in organizations where I've made plenty of money, but if I wasn't having fun, if I didn't have a good boss, if I didn't have good leadership at the top, I didn't try as hard. Now, I still did okay, but I didn't do great. I believe any great organization starts at the top. And teams like Philadelphia, Washington, Arizona, they don't have great leadership at the top, and they will continue to lose.
So
I'm sorry.
So what's the excuse for Denver?
Denver, poor management at the top. They changed, when Pat,
Say his name.
Hey, wait a
Say
minute. Wait
his
a minute.
name.
You want to talk about
Say
Denver?
his
Then
name.
we're going to take a quick break before we talk. I'll say his name, but the name I'm going to say first is Pat Bowlen. Pat Bowlen was the owner of Denver. He was the man who ran the organization. He was the man. Denver won because he was a great leader, and it went down to his coaches, Mike Shanahan. Great leadership. Now, he brought in John Elway because of sentimental reasons. John Elway has not done a good job there. Yeah, Mr. Grady, you won Super Bowl. John Elway, great quarterback, great car salesman, got in a lot of car dealerships. Is not a great GM, and then he fired himself now. He's going to keep his coach, which also should be fired. Not a good coach. They've done nothing there. But they're going to hire a GM now, and he's going to be elevated to another level because that's what he did. It's wrong. Let him go. Let the coach go. Start over, and this is what I mean. It's not good at the top. Anyways, we could talk about this all day. We're going to take a break, cool off, have a glass of water, maybe an energy bar. Do we need more energy? I don't think so. But then we're going to go through 6 games, 6 great playoff games, tell you what we think, tell you where you should be putting your money. Thanks for staying with us. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back with a lot of fun games for you. See you soon.
Hi, I'm Jay Schrader, former NFL quarterback with the Redskins and Raiders, and I want to tell you about an organization that I recently got involved with, sgc-foundation.org. It's an organization, we go around, we raise money for children's hospitals and kids with autism or any other disabilities, things like that, all around the country. I'd love to have you a part of it, so check us out. Check out the website, sgc-foundation.org.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Football with Rick and Jack. Thanks for staying with us. Thanks for staying through our heated conversation. Never arguments. We don't argue. We're best. Besides being co-hosts, we're best friends. So we have a lot of opinions on sports like you all do. I know you sit around the campfire, the house, or whatever you do where you live and talk sports with your brothers, sisters, family, friends. But right now we're going to get to the meat of the show. And again, congratulations on 16-16 last week. I mean, that's mind-boggling. I have to tell you, continue to watch the show. Give it to your friends. It's a little tougher in the playoffs. Some wacky things can happen. We got 6 games for you. It was a fun season. Quickly, there were, the 2 top teams, Green Bay and Kansas City, got the byes. So they had great years. Both the same record, 3 losses, 13 wins. Buffalo was great. Buffalo only had 3 losses and should have only had 2, losing that game to Cincinnati
L.A.
No, on the last play of the game against Arizona.
Oh, it was Arizona with Murray. Yep.
Yeah, the last play of the game. Anyways, it was fun, and we'll talk more as the season finishes up about who was the leading guys at receiver and passing and all that stuff. We'll get into that, but right now we don't want you to wait anymore. I know you're anxious to get these games. We're going to get started immediately with the first game on Saturday. Indianapolis heading over to Buffalo, going to play at Bill Stadium. Bills favored by 6.5. I know you don't care about that. You just give out winners.
And
I'm a points guy.
I think the Bills are going to take this one. I like the Bills. It's part of Philip Rivers, I guess, part of his DNA is to not go so far in the playoffs. When he does make it, is to get knocked out of the first rounds, and this is not going to be any other different with the the offense and the defense of the Bills, I'm giving it to the Bills.
And that's a logical play. I think that you got to look at a couple things with Indianapolis, though. They're running the football very well right now. Rivers is passing the ball well.
Finally to T.Y.
Yeah, T.Y. Hilton.
He hasn't all season long, and he's
playing well right now. He's playing very well. So, I mean, they have a great combination on offense, and their defense is capable. So, I think this game is going to be a little closer. It's going to be a little closer for at least 3 quarters. In the end, I think Buffalo will take it, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win. I really would not be surprised, but I'm going to stick with Buffalo because Buffalo has been my team all year. I said they would be in the Super Bowl. This, to me, is the one game that there really could be, the visitor could win it. I really feel that way, and it's something in me that's saying Indianapolis is going to compete. But I'm going to go with Buffalo because I've been on them all year. I said they would win the Super Bowl. They were very helpful in winning my bet with you, by the way. That was easy money. But we'll talk about that on another day. I win once in a while. He lets me win once in a while. He was just being nice. Anyways, next game.
We got Rams at Seahawks, -4.5 for the Seahawks.
The Seahawks will light them up.
And guess who's not playing?
Yeah.
Goff.
Jared Goff.
He's currently right now he's still out with the thumb surgery.
They officially ruled him out. They were trying to get him healthy.
As far as this morning, maybe something will change between now and Saturday. You know.
Watch that one closely. By the way, he may play. I don't know how he's going to be feeling.
I like to look at that the Thursday practice and injury report. That gives you kind of where they're going. If they practice on Thursday, because sometimes they give them Wednesday off and they practice, but Thursday is an indication whether or not they'll play. So we'll see.
Yeah, if Goff doesn't play, I don't believe they have a chance. Their only chance would be turnovers, and Seattle really doesn't turn the ball over. They're well led. They're a playoff
in the middle
team.
of the season they did.
And we've talked a lot about coaches and who should be in and who should be out, but Pete Carroll consistently is an amazing coach, an amazing leader. He's 69 years old with the energy of a 40-year-old. Pete Carroll's the man. He's my favorite coach by far. I think Pete Carroll is an incredible coach.
That's because he used to.
I loved him.
He used
at
to
USC,
coach your
but then he left us
Trojans.
Abruptly, I was mad at him a little while, but I'm glad he's doing well. Anyways, but we both like Seattle. Tampa Bay, Washington. Again, Washington, a 7-9 ball club. And they got to have a rule. They got to have a rule in the NFL. If you don't finish at least 500, you can't be in the playoffs. We'll let you win your division, the NFC East.
Hang your banner.
Here's your banner, but you're not in the playoffs. There's teams, other teams that should be in there. I mean, come on. Come on, man.
So
Tampa in a romp.
With this game, with Tom Brady, for some reason that NFC East, the last three Super Bowls or the last 3 times he got knocked out of the playoffs is because of the Giants twice and then Philadelphia.
I saw that.
So then now you have Washington. Is that going to be a 15 to knock him out?
Hey, good luck.
I'm just asking.
Hey, they were all by the way, they were all Super Bowl games.
Yeah, hey, I'm just asking.
By the way, they were all Super Bowl games. By the way, they knocked them out. Anyways, think about this.
Maybe that's his Achilles heel.
Chase Young, who you know is incredible defensive end, beast, Ohio State, Rookie of the Year.
But I'm still gonna go.
But
Bucks.
he told Brady, "I'm coming for you."
That's where he messed up.
Hey. And Bruce Arians said in his interview, "I understand that Chase Young is coming for Tom Brady. Be careful what you wish for."
Another one.
Listen. That's probably the easiest win. That's where you put your big money. Tampa Bay is going to romp. Tampa Bay is going to romp.
All right.
Tampa Bay is going to romp. So we're going Buffalo, Seattle, Tampa Bay, which,
I throw that on a 3-team parlay.
Watch out for Indianapolis. Yeah, I don't know.
I go money line. I do money line on all 3 of them.
I know, but if I do a parlay on those 3 games, I might have a parlay with Indianapolis in it.
Because of that money. Because of the 6.5.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. In the end, I think Buffalo. But that game's got me a little nervous. I'm a little trepidatious about it. So we'll see what happens.
That's because that team's also on, the Bills.
But I come from Buffalo. I love Buffalo, and they're having a great year. Allen's having a good year, but he scares me sometimes. Anyways, on to Sunday. Ooh, the game of the weekend.
This one is this one I really want to say. I'm definitely going to be not distracted with this one. It's going to get my undivided attention.
What distracts you on football Saturdays and Sundays?
Kids.
Kids. Well, I got kids too. I distract them when they're upstairs playing on their computer and their tablet, and I'm saying, "How you doing?" Well, I'm busy. I'm watching YouTube. I distract them. They don't distract me. Anyways.
Ravens at Titans. -3.5 for the Ravens.
At Titans.
Yeah.
Bold bet. Who you like?
I like Ravens in this one. I just hopefully they have an answer for Henry. Obviously, he went 2,000 yards this year, and he's a prolific runner. So if they can shut him down, I don't think Tannehill could do anything to beat the Ravens. So
again, you talk about past performances. Remember the game last year. Tennessee put it to Baltimore, and what did they do? They shut down Lamar Jackson. Is that going to happen again?
I don't think so.
They beat him bad.
I
Baltimore was supposed to go to the Super Bowl last year. You recall that? And who
do.
beat them? First round, Tennessee. How did they beat them? It's more about controlling. It's more about controlling Baltimore than it is Tennessee. I think that the Tennessee team has a formula for Jackson. I really do. So, again, that all being said, Baltimore is the hottest team in the league, and I think they're going to continue to win. What do you think?
I'm going with Ravens.
Are you not fearful of the formula they used on them last year?
No.
That they're going to use the same formula and then it's going to work again?
No.
You're not fearful of that?
No.
I am, but I'll still go with Baltimore. Because the only reason I'm going with Baltimore is they're so hot right now. They just seem like a team of destiny to me. Lamar Jackson's playing good ball. Tannehill, I think
a game manager.
I think it's easier, but in the end, I think it's easier to stop Derrick Henry than it is Lamar Jackson. That's my opinion. The things he does and what he brings to a game. I think if you put him player against player, hey, Henry had a great year, over 2,000 yards rushing, great year. But I think if you control Henry, Baltimore's going to win easily. Jackson, I don't think you're going to control him. He's really on his game right now. He's healthy. Bears Saints.
Oh, when the Saints go
That's the other
marching
game.
in.
That's the other sure.
Yeah,
9.5
I'm
is a
going
lot
with
of
the
points, but the
Saints.
Bears are just hapless. Let's just move on. We're both on New Orleans. The last game of the weekend.
Browns at
Another great game.
Steelers.
Browns at Steelers.
Steelers -4. And then with this one, the head coach will not be coaching, so he currently has COVID. And I think one of his assistants too. Basically, they doing that contact. He was in contact, so they're in protocol right now. So I think it's going to make a big difference. I like the Steelers with this one, and I'm going to keep on keeping on.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I think Cleveland is gonna get this one. I don't believe.
Are you in Believe Land right now?
Listen, I believe.
What?
I believe. I am in Believe Land.
Al Michael's over here. I believe in miracles.
I don't think it's going to be a miracle. Cleveland has played good football, and if they can keep Mayfield protected from the Watt coming off of the end, and some of those prolific guys on that defense, good defensive backs on Pittsburgh. But I think that I'm going to go with Cleveland. I think it's their year to win at least one game. They're not going to go out in the first round. Pittsburgh has been. You realize Pittsburgh's lost 4 out of 5 games, and they really should have lost a game that the Indianapolis was way ahead on. They should not have won that game. Indianapolis went to sleep. Pittsburgh should have lost 5 straight games. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
But they didn't.
Okay,
And they're there.
so let's see what happens. I'll take Cleveland
Okay.
all day long. I'll take Cleveland all day long.
Do you know what Mike Tomlin said about TJ?
What did he say about TJ?
He said he's out of this world.
Better than his brother?
Yeah. Well, JJ said that's why it takes so long for his Christmas gifts to get here.
That's funny. TJ's tough, man.
Yeah. Those Watt brothers they remind me like of the Bosa brothers, how tough they are and how competitive. Despite being on other teams, they're very competitive too.
Yeah, the Bosa brothers are good, but I don't think they're nearly as good as the Watt brothers.
Oh no, not at all. But they're
think
just as competitive with the sibling rivalry.
I really. The third Watt brother is also on Pittsburgh. He's on special teams and, comes in and does a few things, but he's on the team. So there's 2 Watt brothers in Pittsburgh. I think his brother's 45. Anyways, he's 44. He's on special teams. So anyways, that's what we got for you. 6 great games. We really differ on one. And I will tell you, I think the Colts are going to have something to say about that game. I just say that's going to be a really good game. And yeah, Baltimore, Tennessee. Tough game. Tough game.
Yeah. That game and the Indy and Bills, if I would stay away from any of them,
Yeah.
it would be those 2 games. But the other 2, for me,
Yeah.
those are I would give you sure picks. I think Pittsburgh's going to win. And I definitely think Seattle's going to show up and do their thing. Tampa Bay is going to come up and do their thing.
Yeah, we believe the money games, and I mean there really are 4 money games. Seattle is a great bet. Tampa Bay is a great bet. New Orleans is a great bet. And Cleveland's a great bet. He doesn't agree with me. But
I'm not
the
in
only
believe
game I'm a
land.
little worried about is Baltimore, Tennessee. That could go either way, and I believe Indianapolis, Buffalo could go either way. There's something telling me that the Colts are going to show up and play a good game, but I'm still going to go with Buffalo. I'm still going to go with Buffalo, and I'm still going to go with Baltimore.
If you think Baltimore is hot right now, what do you say about the Bills? The Bills are on fire.
Yeah, they are on fire.
So, are we going with the hot team?
You got to look at a little bit of quality of competition lately, though. So, anyways, let's wrap this up. We could talk all day about it. I think we gave enough to our viewers to give them some ideas of how you want to bet. Enjoy the games. Thanks for watching the show. Like us. Share it with your friends.
Subscribe and hit that notification button so
Please.
that you hear when
Please.
our
Please.
videos are uploaded.
And as Mr. John Stiles says, and so succinctly tells me this every week, if you're not playing these games, if you're not betting on the picks that we give you, you're losing money. And that has been true all year long. And thank you, John, for bringing that up and reminding us of it, that you've proven it yourself. You've gone out and made great money. And it's not always about money. It's about watching games. But in the end, we all like to put a couple of coins on the games. So enjoy them. Have a great weekend. Don't yell at the kids when things aren't going well. Don't give your credit card to the wife and say, go shopping.
I yell at the TV.
Hey, we all yell at the TV. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the playoffs.
Have a prosperous New Year's.
Yeah, start this weekend. Make some money. God bless. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Enjoy playoff weekend.